golf.
Hey guys, I wanted to take you along for the last 6 holes of a round I played recently at Audubon Golf Course. At this point I was 3 over par and just trying to close out my round, breaking 80. So as you can see, I got less than driver here. I don't want to bring those trees in the distance into play. I was just going to take a 5-iron off the tee. Let's see if I can find the fairway to kick this thing off. Very happy with that swing. A nice little draw out to the fairway, and we're in good position to get started. A little plane flies overhead. You can see with the practice swing, look at all the water pitching off the ground there as I take this second shot. So I know I'm going to have to play a little extra distance with this one. I think I got an 8-iron in hand, and my job here is really just to find the green somewhere. Just put it on. Pin was back right, so just need to put something on the green that I can putt. Yep, I tugged this one a little bit to the left. Going to hit the hill on the left side of the green, so I leave myself a chip to get it on. Now here I want you to notice something. When I'm making my strokes here, my practice strokes, take a look. My head eventually, I take a couple of practice shots looking down at the ground, and then this third one, I'm looking at the hole. I'm looking at the hole. I'm trying to feel the weight of this chip in my body, and that's just a technique that I've been using that's been helpful. And sure enough, I stepped up after that, had a good feel, came out a little bit right, but had a pretty good weight on the chip itself, and left myself, as you can see here, about 15 feet or so left for my par. Lined it up here, had a good feel. And again, even with the putting stroke, eventually you're going to see me right here taking that putting stroke and looking at the hole, feeling it in my hands and in my arms and shoulders, how hard I want to hit that putt. And it was all for naught because I left it short. But definitely a tap-in level here for my bogey, and we're going to come off of this first hole on the final 6, 1 over par. Now moving on to number 14. There's a little bit of water that runs through this hole, so I can't take driver here either. Just have a 7-iron in my hand, and we're just going to try to lay this out to the fairway now. And I stood up and turned that one a little bit left. This could be in a little danger off to the left-hand side of the fairway. Not ideal. As you can see now, this is one of the shots that really defined this back for me. I've got tree blocking me on the left-hand side. This ball is buried. We're talking way down there. I got about 165 yards, 65 yards to get to the green. I have to play a low draw just to advance this thing towards the green. Don't do too much with it. And that is what I'm going to attempt to do here. If you don't have a punch shot or one of these like long iron or mid iron punch and run type shots in your bag, I recommend you get them. I find myself in these positions a lot when I play. Let's see if I can draw this one up the fairway. So despite the distraction from behind, right as I was getting ready, I did hit a pretty good shot here, ended up leaving it just short of the bunker in front of the green. And here we go up for the chip. This is our third on the par 4. Really straightforward. You can see the flag there just behind the bunker. Really the only thing here is don't leave it in that bunker. You've got to be on the green after this chip. I got a couple of practice shots in to get the feel. And just an easy pop this one on the green. I'm pretty pleased with where I leave it. As you can see, I'm about 6 feet left for my par here. Feeling good about the line. And as you can see again, when I putt, I like looking at that hole to feel the shot, feel the weight of the putt in my hands and in my shoulders. Hit a good putt there and just missed on the right edge. It just didn't go in. Line was a little bit out too far to the right. Tap it in for my bogey. We're 2 over in our last 2 holes. So we step up on 15 now. We're 5 over for the day, trying to break 80. Really could use a good tee shot here on the par 3. Got a 7-iron in my hand. Let's see if I can put this one on the green. Really crisp contact on that tee shot. Loving the way it looks. Really loving it. Look at that one. To about 5 feet. Really good chance for birdie. And just trying to take my time here and hit a good putt. So often these ones they're right at that range where they're not a gimme. And I'm like talking myself up here, as you can hear. I just want to hit a good putt on this one. Guys, got to make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to give me luck on this one, okay? Click that subscribe button if you want me to make it. Thank you. Thank you so much for hitting that sub button. Otherwise, I would have blocked that one out to the right. So now we find ourselves on 16, change the momentum with the birdie on the last hole, and we are going to just try to set this in cruise control to get in under 80. We've got a short par 4 here, water right in front of the tee box, trees out to the left if you go real far. Let's see if I can find the fairway. And we are really aching at this point of the round as you hear me groan after that swing. I pulled this one to the left, hit it really well, but I'm going to find myself with a little bit of tree trouble. So now we have a decision to make. We've got trees blocking our way to the pin. I can either try to hoist the ball up over the trees or try to play a really low punch. In this case, I'm going to try to play the high lofted shot. The tree branch is just hanging a little bit too low for comfort for me to play a punch here. So I'm going to try to play a high lofted draw with a lob wedge. And as you can see, this one comes out to the right. Never really turned it over. It's just going to land short of the green on the right-hand side, leaving me a bump and run to get up to the pin. So have pins all the way in the back. As you can see, a blue flag. Just taking like a 9-iron here just to bump it onto the green, fly at that first 5 yards or so, and then let it run out. And I hit the shape that I wanted, but I just caught it a little heavy. As you can see there, a little bit fat and left it about 15 feet short of the hole. So I've got to make this to save my par. Otherwise, we erase that birdie that we just made back on 15. And I knew it as soon as I hit it. I didn't have a good stroke on it. Left myself a tap in, but we give away the stroke we just earned back. So now we are on 17. Forgive my camera work here. I cut myself out of the shot. This is a dogleg right par 4. The trees on the right-hand side. You can see some long grass to the right. There is trouble out there. Generally staying left is the right option. Let's see if I can find the fairway. And I stung one out to the right. Thankfully, it did not find the long grass, and it managed to clear the trees. So I was okay in finding a safe landing spot out on the right. You can see it in the rough there. Frames up the green very nicely. We have a front pin here for this par 4. It's only about 80 yards from this distance. So managed to find a playable drive. We just need to put one on the green somewhere. I made a really nice swing with that club. Just put too much on it and put it into the back of the green. Now, here is the problem. That I left myself about 40 feet down a hill to this front pin. This is a treacherous putt, one that I've got to get a good speed on. You can see me just framed up in the back there, just trying to get the right weight. See if I can leave it close. Oh, you can tell I don't like it. I'm waving goodbye to it. This thing needs to grow teeth. Right off the front of the green into the rough at this point. An absolutely catastrophic stroke. Now I have to chip back up to the pin for my 4th. This is for par. I absolutely need to make a good stroke here and get up and down to just limit the damage to 1. And that one just lipped out of the cup on the left side. Now I have this 5-footer to save my bogey. Again, down the hill. Needs to limit the damage. And it scoots by. And look at this. I'm not done indeed. 4 feet left to save double. And finally pours it in. Very disastrous hole. So we have got to do something now to stop the momentum. We've gone backwards the last 2 holes again, and now a double bogey is going to put me at 80. So I need a bogey to break 79. Got to make a good drive on this hole, the dogleg left par 4 to close it. And again, pulled it to the left. There's tree line down there, and that's going to put me in a dangerous spot. So now we have another punch shot that we're going to have to play. Low-hanging branches above me. This is a huge shot right here. We've got bunker to the left and right of this green. We have to hit a nice rhythmic punch just to let it run up. We had about 95 yards on this one, and I went for a 6-iron in my hand, just trying to hit something low that will chase up onto the green. And it was absolutely perfect. A little bit heavy-handed, but chased it right up onto the green. So you see I wanted to settle down there, but we made it. We got about 20 feet left for our birdie. It's down the hill. I'm remembering what happened on 17. I really want to be careful of pace here. All the good wishes. Bang! For a 77 round, closed it out with a birdie. Was thrilled to make that. Thanks for coming along for the ride, guys. Appreciate you watching. Drop a like and make sure to subscribe.
See you around, Maroon Golf.